Let's do some checking in, see where you're at. We're going to start out with some self-care tips for the rest of the month. We're going to get into the tarot. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from spirit, as well as a really cool herbal astrology oracle pull at the end. I really love this deck. I haven't pulled it out in a while. Let's get started. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Aries today. All right. Self-care tips, Aries. I had some things that kind of surfaced today, some stuff around my childhood, just going through an old drawer and pictures and such, and I was feeling a lot. And then I started playing 80s music in the shower, and y'all, I mean, that was quite the decade, wasn't it? I mean, Prince, Bruce Springsteen, Madonna, Michael Jackson. You can't help but be happy playing 80s music in the shower and singing and dancing. But I was moving through some pain before that, and I thought, I'm just going to move through this and lighten it up. And then a friend of mine and I were texting, and she said, keep in mind that Venus and Pluto are in opposition. She's an astrologer. And I was like, oh, okay. I might put a link on an article that I read before coming in here, Aries. It sounds like you're doing similar work perhaps today for those of you who are tuning in the day of. I think it happened the 12th, but I'm filming right now on the 13th. I think we're still in that energy. So, that one to come out. I put it back. Let's do one more, Spirit. Anywho, you might be feeling it today if you're tuning in on Saturday. This will go up right after I film today. All right. Let's see, Aries. You have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. Louise Hay. Queen Hay, I'll tell you. She was ahead of her time. Recite this affirmation 5 times. Do it every day if you'd like. Do however many days in a row or one day, whenever the spirit moves you, how many times you feel like doing it. I am perfect just the way I am. Now that sounds a lot like Louise Hay, doesn't it? I am perfect just the way I am. Take rest. A field that has rested gives a bountiful crop. Ovid. Take 10 minutes out of your day. This is the day, right? The day you're watching this. To quietly observe the world around you. How can you cultivate this calm energy during times of stress? 10 minutes to quietly observe the world. It's interesting. It feels like that kind of day today. It's a pouring here, which does lend itself to, this type of energy. But whenever we have these moments to switch the script, right, of what we've been programmed to believe about ourselves, and we actually pause, I feel like that's really important. They go hand in hand, to pause and observe, right? And that stillness. All right. I like that. So maybe let that be a guide for you to work on criticizing yourself less frequently the rest of the month of July, and to rest when you feel like you need to rest. Another friend of mine has to, all the stuff going on with her house, and she had this to-do list and she wasn't feeling good. And I said, that's when we have to listen to our bodies. All right, got the Lovers and the Fool. Choose love. You're in a brand new frequency of openness here. I'm feeling that you have a lot of healing that you're doing as well, Aries. All right. Ooh, all right, we're going to start there. Ooh, they want me to do the center energy. This is the current energy. It's because you're releasing something around a connection. All right. The challenge is, we had the Ten of Swords and the Two of Cups. Sorry, I did not say that. The challenge here for the rest of the month is you filling your cup back up again, right? And your motivation and your desire. Some of you are out there doing a lot of leadership work, being a good role model, being a good citizen of the world. Recent past, Four of Pentacles, you started pulling your energy back. Started to reserve, focus on reservation. of your resource, time, energy management, less outward output, more inward input. Opportunity, we have the Queen of Wands. Huh. Why does it feel like this is between you and another person? Huh. Okay. Immediate future, the Hangman. More pause, more self-reflection, more trying to see everything. When it comes to the way you share your love, I'm going to go bigger here than it just be one connection. This is also your divine feminine and masculine and how those unite out in the world, because it's wand energy. There's something you're shifting, and it comes from deep, deep healing work. And you're taking this time to, I feel like you're kind of incubating an idea, a project, working on your creative inspiration. Something shifting here. All right, now, overall general energy for the rest of the month. Yeah. This feels like a self-imposed position. I feel like you're pausing and you're staying put. And this is actually, I've never gotten off this card, but it's self-restraint on purpose. I'm not sure why. We're going to clarify self-restraint. I don't think I've ever gotten that from the Eight of Swords, but it does feel appropriate here. What you don't see coming at the bottom, Eight of Pentacles, you're working on something. And you may be really in your head about it, not in a stressful way, just kind of an obsessive. You know, when you have creative inspiration and you're just like in the flow, in the zone, right? You could be putting some materials together. You could be creating products, services, or hobbies, something that's just, something's really got your focus, something that you love, that you decided, that's it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put energy toward it because it matters and it means something to me. And I'm going to stop listening to that voice in my head that says I can't, or I won't, or I shouldn't, or I won't succeed, or I will fail. Yeah. I feel like what you don't see coming is that you're going to be working on your way out of being in a headspace that you needed to be in for a little while, but now it's like you have these voices going on, not literal, in your head that compete with each other when it comes to the work that you do. All right, we're going to get to the bottom of it. Okay. Eight of Swords. What is this self-restraint? Something that, it's like you're loving a part of yourself and you're pausing and you're working hard at something. And you're trying to commune with that part of you, that creative force inside of you, and giving it space to breathe, to have a voice. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Three of Wands. This self-restraint is important because it's grounding your energy and you're giving that to yourself. You are literally taking time to, and you have been, I feel like this is a continuation of what you've been feeling this month already. It's like you kind of put yourself in a timeout around some area of your life, whether that's from work, you're working on a side hustle, or you're working on a hobby and it's just taking a lot of your time and energy, or you were holding off from putting yourself out there when it comes to dating or working on a romantic connection. I feel like it's on the side for right now. And if you came here for a love reading, y'all, I am doing those twice a month when it's not the mid-monthly or the monthly. Those are very love-centric. If you're looking for a romantic reading right now, I feel like your focus is on being patient and putting your heart into your own stability and security, and almost feeling like, I feel like try not to listen to the voice of what is. Start operating from a place inside you that doesn't have not one shred of criticism. That's the thing. If we listen to that, it will stunt our growth. It will stunt our ability to take risks. I feel like with that full opening up, you're taking risks. in your work. And it's going to pay off because we have a foundational energy of you really being safe and secure, feeling like you have everything that you need. You may have felt recently where you didn't, and now you're resourcing that out from within you. Beautiful, Aries. Let's see the recent past. What was this? More restraint. But I think it's for a reason. Yeah, Magician. Like I said, what did I say last time? I don't think I've ever done a card reading for you all without the Magician. Yeah. Magician, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Two of Wands. What are you nurturing and growing? Some of you could be really connecting with the world right now virtually. You could be reaching out to people on social media, doing that I feel like you're incubating ideas, you're workshopping ideas, you're communing with your own inner being. I feel like you're going through a really beautiful change in your life where you've shed an old way of being, an old way of responding. It's like you're now listening to something within you that is your wise mind, right? Interesting. Because the Magician creates magic, and you have the this is what's happened in the past. Something shifted in your awareness. You pulled your energy back. You started really connecting with that magnetic frequency, the Magician's frequency, that ethereal quality, that fifth element. And that's when these innovative, you're an innovator, Aries. You can bring things into form. And I think that you're on some sort of leading edge of something that you're working on that is inventive, that is creative. Let's see. Because the opportunity is, this is the card of creativity in this deck. She's very busy doing her work. Some of you are extremely creative artists. This is your spiritual efforts as well with the Magician. Some of you have a very high calling spiritually around your vibration. What's the Queen of Wands here? Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. You're learning. I feel like for the rest of the month, you're learning how to feed you, how to feed your soul, how to feed your ideas, how to shape them. You're like sculpting with the fifth element. And you're taking this opportunity, this time, this pause, this self-restraint to not be guided by fearfulness or criticism. I think that you're very determined to bring something into this world, Aries. And you have a lot of energy behind it. A lot of energy. I feel like Spirit's really helping you too. You could be getting a lot of downloads. You could be journaling, scribbling a lot of ideas. It's like there's a lot of creative inspiration going on. Because everything's being buffeted by wand energy here. Being a fire sign, I'm not surprised. I think that you're also looking at how you can look at your life, right, from victimhood or from all it did was provide me with the inner strength to begin anew and to invest in my own creativity, my own desires, the things that light you up, Aries, the things that you love in this world, your passions. That's the opportunity here for the rest of the month. And sharing yourself more with the people in your life, with your community. Being more vulnerable and tender, less thorny, we'll say that, less thorny. If you've been thorny lately, you pulled back, and now it's like you're softer. Your energy is softer. And more balanced with that King and Queen of Wands here with the opportunity and challenge. It's like you're healing your divine feminine right now where you're giving yourself the things, that wounded feminine in you, you're giving her what she needs, male or female. And then with the divine masculine, ooh, you have a tower. Wow. You're having a lot of synchronicity. There's a lot of harmony, synergy going on within your energetic frequency. The Tower, the Queen of Cups, the Four of Pentacles over the King of Wands, the High Priestess. Y'all, this self-restraint, whether the universe kind of put you in a lane that you didn't anticipate, or you decided, you know what, I'm just going to take a minute for myself. This is about you nurturing yourself and the ways that you can shift. I feel like you're doing a lot of self-care, a lot of self-healing, a lot of inward reflection. You could be thinking about your childhood as well at this time with the Venus and Pluto opposition going on. You know, I read this, I brought this out, I was reading a passage, and I feel like I want to share this with you if I can find it. I have notes over here. But just so you know, we'll talk about this. I think it might help you to keep an idea in the forefront of, oop, I don't want to drop that, what healthy masculine and healthy feminine energy looks like. We'll get to that in a moment. But that's what you're doing. You're healing, and this is what we're all doing as a collective, where we've been living from these wounded parts of ourselves. And I actually have never really, when I think of wounds, we think of inner child, right? We don't often think of the divine masculine, the divine feminine, right? When we're operating from wounded places, that's how it shows up in our relational activity. And that's what's changing, because this is, the Ten of Swords is center to this reading currently, with the Two of Cups crossing it. So it's like you're taking a look at the wounds around the way you relate to other people and how they've played out, and how you're like, all right, I want to shift this. How do I do that? And so I'm going to just, whatever spirit guides me to say, I'm going to pick up off some adjectives that might speak to some of you around the shift that's going on the rest of the month. And it's profound. This is profound awakening, Aries, around your heart space. But you needed to give it to yourself first. And you're doing that. All right. So we're going to go with let's go with the feminine, because I think that's primarily the main wounding that I'm seeing here, because the Nine of Wands is accompanying the Queen of Wands. So a wound in feminine energy, and it doesn't mean that you operate from this all the time. It might be unconscious, and we're all at a spectrum. So it could be a very low degree of this or a high degree, depending on the trigger, okay? So whatever you identify with, I'm just going to read it. So a wound in feminine energy, this is what it looks like, how it plays out in the way you relate to other people and how you respond. We all have this, okay? Irrational, desperate, needy, manipulative, victim, critical, people-pleasing, anxious attachment, seeks external safety, seeks external validation. We all do this, okay? This is, I don't want you to get triggered by me even saying these adjectives. We all display this. It's irrational. Sometimes we don't even understand that we're being manipulative, right? We're not talking about, narcissism here. We all play this out. It's part of our collective wound. Healthy feminine energy. And this is what you've been really working on. And this is what you're surrendering to. Intuitive, loving, playful and expressive, fluid, heart-centered, surrenders, vulnerable, compassionate, connected to nature, connected to source energy, authentic, trusts. They're really highlighting trusts. Trusts, okay? Fears loss. They're highlighting fears loss is the wound. Trust is the healthy feminine energy. Because you have the Ten of Swords here, no wonder. I didn't, duh. Yeah. So you might, in your relational energy with your friends and family, have had an unconscious fear of loss that has made you not be able to trust. Okay. So you're having this awakening. Now let's talk about the masculine energy, which is over here, this is also something that you're realizing in your self-expression. So once you trust, right? Once you place trust in self and you work through that fear of loss, the wounded masculine, aggressive, competitive, struggles to communicate needs, has to be right, reactive, needs to fix, afraid of failure. Avoidant attachment ignores emotions. Doesn't mean that you're avoidant. I'm getting the afraid of failure. Afraid of failure is a big one for a lot of you seeing this. And then the healthy masculine energy, create safety, witnesses without judgment, hold space, present without a goal, guides, committed to truth, humble, reflective, peaceful, and grounded, observes beyond what is seen, which you are doing. When I saw that was the high priestess. Responds instead of reacting. Faces fear, knows death. You could be facing a lot of your fears at this time it's more inward, but something triggered it. Someone perhaps triggered this because it's how you relate. Wow, this is a very deep shift, Aries, for you in core wounding and around the healthy masculine and the healthy feminine. And the main reason why I bring that up is just, that wasn't my intention. I have this here because it does show up when I see this pairing. Your challenge is to heal the healthy masculine, and your opportunity is to nurture a healthy feminine. So I hope that helped. All right, the Hangman. What's this shift in perspective, this pause this month? King of Wands. There you go. The shift. Yes. Yep, I get it. You have a little bit of fear around providing, and you know, as a woman, I do identify with this, gay or straight. Women have, some women don't. A healthy masculine output, right, in the world is a woman who knows that she can create her own stability and security, right, financially and emotionally, passionately, right, which you are, Aries, beautifully passionate. I think that what you're realizing is the ways that you have let fear hold you back from taking all of this creative energy, loving this healthy masculine side of you. I think you're going to have something really, really lift off. If you've been waiting on something to grow, that you've been nurturing, that you've been watering, you know, giving it your positive intentions and affirmations, and cultivating a lot of positivity and shifting from negativity or scarcity and lack to positivity and trust and faith, you're going to come out of this period of self-restraint and know that you got this. You got this. That's the biggest thing that Spirit's trying to tell you. You got this, Aries. Trust in what you're creating. Trust in what you're building this month. It's going to really pay off. This is, the Ten of Pentacles is what we all covet. It's not just money. This is having all of life's riches, whatever that means to you. It could be, you know, a happy family. It could be a happy romantic relationship. It could be a lot of money in the bank. It's that feeling of safety, right? That I'm safe in this world. But see, the thing is that you're doing it. You're doing it. No one else is handing it to you. You're doing it. And that is the ultimate satisfaction now, isn't it? It is. It's the ultimate satisfaction when you create this on your own. All right. So the thing is try not to listen to the voices, right, that criticize the work you're doing or the fear of success. I think that's what you're overcoming, the fear of success. You're removing some sort of block around of creating and manifesting, right, from the past to the future. Manifesting, working hand in hand with Spirit, holding the vision, right, of abundance, whatever that means to you, Aries. Wow. This is like a law of attraction reading right here. You're showing people how it is done. How is it done, Aries? Oh yeah. And then you and then you unify all of those parts of yourself, right? The yin and the yang, right? That triangle that we need, the three pillars. It's like now we have all the parts of you that are coming together, harmonizing. You're creating internal harmony, right, within you. And you're taking all of that confidence and that willpower forward. It's like you're saying, you know what? No more criticizing my path. No more criticizing other people. It's like you're changing the way you're looking at your life and yourself. And if you've been overly critical of yourself or overly critical of anyone else, it's like you're actually shifting out of that. But it all came down to you healing the divine masculine, divine feminine, the wounded parts of you when it came to loving self and actually feeling like you could create and that you were we came here to create, y'all. I wish what I know now I knew when I was much younger. I would have had so much more faith on my path. So many times that I just stagnated because I was scared, right? I'd rather not try lest I make a fool out of myself if I fail. And the thing about aging is you get less worried about that because you only have a certain amount of time. So you are moving forward in this beautiful energy of unity consciousness within you. And I think you're going to be attracting things, right? If you're looking for people to work with, to collaborate with, people that are part of your soul family, your soul tribe, not only are they going to deepen these connections that you already have, you're going to be attracting new people, right? That's what you don't see coming. The more you stand in your own individual, beautiful, energetic frequency, and you light it up, really, we all are lighthouses. It's up to us to turn the light on inside. Was it Rumi? I came across a quote. I know I'm going to massacre it, but basically he said, we're all luminous lights housed in skin. And we forget that, right? We do. We go out in the world and we forget that. How often do you go out in the world and you don't look at people through the eyes of the soul? And you can tell when you look at people if they're awake in there. Can't you? You can. And I think you're going to start coming across people where you look at them, you're like, whoa, you're awake. So am I. Come on, let's go play. All right, Aries. That's beautiful reading today. I love what came through for you. It's you all, right? All of you coming to this channel watching this. It is you all. This is your energetic frequency, the people who are watching this. That's what's so beautiful about this whole experience, right? You co-create it, right? I just step aside and let it come through. I love it. I love it. All right. What is the advice from Spirit, Aries? What is the advice from Spirit? And then I'll get into your herbal astrology for the rest of the month. Advice from Spirit. Woo! You are the Magician. I love it. The Magician, the Ace of Swords, and the Fool. Aries, you all have been on an upswing this month. Major shifts. Major shifts. You're manifesting from a place of clarity, and maybe that's what you lacked. You had a lot of indecision, a back and forth energy, especially when it came to your relational energy because of the wounding, right? That's the core. And then you add layers, and then you don't even realize what you're attracting. And I think right now, what you're doing is you're like, I'm ready for a new beginning, universe, and I have clarity, and I'm divinely guided and protected on my path. I think that you have laser-like focus the rest of this month to create something that is really going to help a lot of people, Aries. Seriously. I'm getting a lot of you are creating something that's going to help with the collective awakening. All right. Woo, I'm getting my hair, y'all. I got to get it cut. All right. Herbal astrology. What is the herbal astrology for Aries for the rest of July, Spirit? Herbal. Oh, whoa. All right, we're going to take that one. That one came out. Rose. Wow. Rose. Love. I think this is all about self-love, self-healing for you. Number 12, which breaks down to 3, which is, I think you're calling in a lot of new people into your life, seeing clearly now that it all started with you. All right, number 12. Love. Union, bliss, unconditional love, merging with the other, oneness, nourishment, purity. The rose is sacred to Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty. The Romans, Greeks, and occult societies suspended roses from the ceiling at meetings that were held in the strictest of confidence. Roses represent all aspects of the goddess, the almighty creatrix. When I talk about the creative energy you've got going on with 2 magicians, and I saw the Fool in the pre-shuffle. I think it didn't come out on the actual spread. A lot of majors, Aries. The ability to love, nurture, experience joy, and see beauty in all things. That's what you're doing. All right. The guidance. It is time to allow for greater love in your life. Allow the dance of trust and intimacy to heal and open your heart. Wow, this is exactly the undercurrent of this entire reading. Like the rose, you are rising from harsh soil through the path of thorns. I even said thorny. Through the path of thorns and challenges, as you grow and blossom in your spiritual journey, look deep into your heart and see where you might need more love and affection. The white dove reminds us, where are we? The white dove reminds us that through childlike trust, we can navigate the most challenging of pathways with an undertone of joy and presence. Remember, you understand how love is the doorway, and through this sacred embodiment, you are able to birth anything into manifestation. Let all creativity, all sexual and nurturing connection be attuned to the vibrational powers of unconditional love. Wow, you got yourself a new beginning with the clarity of attracting everything that you want right now, especially when it comes to everything you want. All right? Sending love. Stay tuned. Tomorrow, I'm doing something radical, y'all. I got guided this week to start creating more community. And I didn't want it to be in a separate platform. I wanted to break free from a little bit of the structure of a traditional tarot reading, where I'm blending other things. Speaking of creativity, as I am your opposing Libra over here, I think y'all have inspired me as well as we work in harmony, yin and yang, especially with that Venus energy, to be of service to the light in a deeper, more profound way and provide spiritual guidance for the upcoming week. I'm going to be recording this on Sunday. I'm going to do it the day of. One day it'll be live, but I've got a lot going on the weekends with my daughter, and I can't be consistent every week with that. But I can't wait. I've outlined it. I'm going to be recommending a book. We're going to have a book club. I appreciate everyone for the past near year that has put in a comment if I haven't, or tipped. If I have not responded to you, I deeply apologize. My problem was I didn't want to favor one sign over the other. And as much as I post, it's way too much for me to keep up with. So I wanted to create a series where I could actually engage with you all and you can engage with each other. And so the actual comments will be around, and I'm going to be asking a question each week of you, and we're going to be doing storytelling. I'm going to be sharing more of my personal journey and doing a few other things that we'll keep secret. But I'm be pulling for whoever's tuning in for the week ahead as far as that spiritual support we need as spiritual beings in this world. All right, but I'll be pulling tarot as well as oracle on Sundays as well. So tune in for that tomorrow. Sending so much love, Aries. Take care.